So my Revuelto is here for a software update and to try and sort this windscreen issue out after the tour. And my Urus is there. However, I'm not going to take that. I'm going to cross over to the dark side. It's been a minute since I've been driving a Ferrari. So obviously this is a 296, so it's hybrid, it's petrol, it's similar to the Revuelto, this and probably the SF90. And people may or may not know, I'm an original Ferrari guy. So I had my first Ferrari in 2003/4. I had a black 360 Spider F1, so it was on the paddles. And it was black with crema interior, with like the black stitching. Oh, it was beautiful. And I had like big custom wheels on it as well, because obviously I never keep anything standard. I want to call it a Friday afternoon car because I had nothing but issues with the roof. So I used to go back in and out of HRN School Road in Acton. That was my first real experience of having a supercar, I would say. I had a Porsche Turbo before that, but that Ferrari was like, wow, for me. The guy in front of Yiannimize, a guy called Andy, used to own a 458. And that was when they first came out, like a 2012 car, like early car. And I loved it. And it was pearl white, beautiful car. It was left-hand drive because he had an early car. It only came out in 2011, 2012. I was obsessed with this car and I said to him, sell me your car, sell me. He goes, like, I'm not selling it, I'm not selling it. And eventually I convinced him to sell me the car, which, wow. That was probably one of my favorite cars ever. And I became obsessed with this actual car. It looked great. I didn't mind it was left-hand drive because I was used to driving left-hand drive cars. But that was the Ferrari that blew my mind. I had that for a while, and then I remember buying a 458 Spider, my grey one, and I had so much fun with them. You got to remember, they're rear-wheel drive. You can do loads of donuts in them. I've done tours with them. Anyway, so I had the 458 Spider, another one. So that was my second Ferrari, which I really enjoyed. And then I think I bought another Ferrari, and then after that I had a 488 Spider. So that 488 Spider was the one I went to Hungary to collect, and that had the full Novitec kit. I wrapped it in blue. It was raced up, it was so fast. However, one thing you know about Ferraris, they're very twitchy. And if you're doing some serious speeds, you don't feel as safe or as secure as driving a four-wheel drive Lamborghini. It doesn't have as much drama. It doesn't have the doors that go up. My Novitec 488 had the sports exhaust, had the carbon everywhere. It was a convertible. Oh, it was beautiful car. And I lost a lot of money on that car. But I remember just coming onto the motorway and it would just twitch out on me, and you got to fight the wheel all the time. I did really like Ferrari. I was a real big fan. And then obviously Lamborghini. In 2006 I bought my Gallardo, which was the best car ever for me. I love that car so much. And obviously it was convertible, it was white interior, exactly how I've done the Revuelto. I had that for a long time, really enjoyed that car. And then I jumped in and out of different cars. And in 2012 Ferrari bought out the 458, loved it so much. And then what did Lamborghini do? They brought out the Aventador. It was mind-blowing. It was just the most amazing car ever. And that is probably why they run it for like 10 years before they replaced it with the Revuelto and anything else, because it was such a great car. And when I had my orange one in 2013, I think 2014, yeah, that was a special car. So I have jumped between Lamborghini and Ferrari, and obviously I've stayed very loyal to Lamborghini. I love Lamborghini as a brand. I love the guys in Italy. I love HRO, and they have Lamborghini. Obviously this car's from HRO in Ferrari. My name has Lambo. My Shara Lambo has Lambo in the name. I always say Lambo all day, every day. Anytime Lamborghini release a car, I'm like, yes, I'm getting it. Get a car straight away. Just order it. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what the cost. Just order the car. However, I was at Ferrari obviously, and they said, yeah, just take this one if you want. Just take this one for a drive. This is more of a supercar that you can drive every day. It's very comfortable. There's a lot of room in the car. Listen, I'm 6'1", 6'1 and a half. The Revuelto's a little bit tight. You've got the issue with the seat. This has got the sports seats in it, so it's got the buckets. Granted, it doesn't have heated seats, doesn't have massage and things like that. Not that the Revuelto has massage, but it doesn't have heated seats, and it works on, look, see that? So it works on, obviously, the lever, so it hasn't got the electrics and stuff, but I think I prefer these seats. They are very similar cars, just more space in this one. I don't think there's as much drama. You definitely need a sports exhaust in this car. You have got the passenger display. Everything is on the steering wheel. The dash is very different. Again, all digital and stuff. I do like how this drives. And I don't want to say I prefer this over the Revuelto because I've been living with this for a few hours, but it does drive nice. It does bring back a lot of good memories from having the 458, from having the 360, from having the 488. The cockpit was always big. Lamborghini have that big center cockpit where you can't really do much of your leg and stuff like that. You're pretty much stuck. Whereas this, you've got a lot of movement. You can move around. You've got space in the center. It's a supercar that you can drive every day and not have back issues or not be so worried about driving this car, whereas the Aventador, as I said, or the Revuelto is a lot more out there in your face. This blends in more. Granted, it's grey and it's not over the top, and I'd have bigger wheels and I'd have a crazy wrap colour, but it does feel very nice. I wouldn't have this one. If I was going to have a Ferrari, I'll be honest, I'd have the convertible. People are like, are you mad? Why would you get a 296 over an SF90? SF90s have lost a lot of money and they do look good, but I think the 296, the fact that it's so new. I don't mind the hybrid as such, the crossover, but I definitely want a convertible. Now the problem I've got is, would I have a 296 convertible or would I have a Revuelto convertible? Probably the Revuelto convertible. When I've done the tour recently, people were in like F8 Tributos, they're in Porsche Turbos, and they're all in convertibles, even Bentley GTCs, and I was like, oh man, I am now debating what to do. Do I cross over to the dark side? Do I go from bull to horse? Do I go back to original Ferrari, when I've always said Ferrari don't show me no love, they don't really like me? If I was going to buy a Ferrari, I'll be honest with you, I would buy it from HRO, because I always buy my cars from HRO in. And to be fair, Sam and Carl and the guys at Ferrari in Hatfield are real cool. So I could do it, but what to do? This is like 300 odd grand. I think a convertible is maybe 320, 330. You're going from a nearly a 600 grand car to a 320, 330 car. Am I getting as much with this car for maybe not half the price, but a couple hundred grand off? Maybe. It's a real difficult one to comprehend, is the honest truth. And the fact that I've been Lambo for so long, is it cheating? I'd always have my Urus. I'd still always have a Lambo. It's not like I would be like, right, you're not going to get a Pro Sangue and I'm going to get a 296 or I'm going to get an SF90. And no. Lambo is me, and I'm Lambo all day, every day still. But I don't know mentally if that Revuelto is really worth, if I can feel it's worth £558,000. And I'd never say anything bad about Lamborghini because, as you know, I love Lambo. But to me, that Revuelto is maybe a 400 grand car, 450, I think. I don't see the 560 in it, and I think that's what's playing on my mind. Whereas I think at 300 grand, 350, you can get a lot of car and get the same sort of thing. I think if you want to go extreme and you want to see on, you're going over £1 million or £2 million, depending on what you want. So trying to find that price bracket of 500 grand to $1 million, what do you buy? I don't know. And it's just weird that I'm in this car today. I hadn't planned to take this car today. My Revuelto is at Lamborghini now, having works done to it. I am going to be taking it to Goodwood this weekend, and my Urus is there. So I went there with my Urus to see a customer, and I thought, let me just quickly check on my car while it's there. I was supposed to be getting my windscreen done, but I'm still waiting for the windscreen to arrive. And then Ferrari were outside and they were showing the customer an 812 GTS. And I said to myself, I was going to get another car, a Ferrari. I thought, I like the 812 GTS. But then when I looked at it, it looked a bit old and dated. So I was like, nah. And then they were like, yeah, that's 350 grand. I was like, okay. And then a 296 convertible drove past and I was like, wow, okay, that looks really cool. And it was in a lovely color. And I was like, you know what? And then Sam was standing there talking to me. I was like, you know what, Sam, have you got one there? He goes, we've got a demo. Do you want to take our demo? He goes, it's not a convertible, but you can take it. And I was like,
forgive me, I didn't understand what you said.
Okay. Probably my audience don't understand what I said either, I'll be honest. And he goes to me, do you want to take it? And I was like, yeah, why not? Let me take it for a little drive. This definitely just feels a lot easier to move around in. I do like the drama, and I always did say to myself, when you get in a car, you want that wow factor. And I've done a lot of mileage in the Revuelto. You remember, I've done 3,500 miles. I don't know any Revuelto that's got my mileage on it now, because obviously after the tour. I am really sitting on the fence and don't know what to do. What a first world problem. Should I keep my Lambo? Should I buy a Ferrari instead? I do love cars, and I don't really spend money elsewhere. I spend money on cars. That's what I want to do. That's what I enjoy. This is comfortable, it does feel really nice. The size of the cockpit, I don't think it's big enough for me, for someone that's 6'1", 6'2". It's not an Aventador, and I don't think it has the same drama as an Aventador. An SVJ Roadster over a Revuelto, I don't know. Andrew's getting in the car. You know when you jump in so many different cars, you forget where the lock is. That opens the thing, that opens that, that opens that. I can get in there.
Finally a proper car.
Oh really, are you?
Ferrari.
You Ferrari man,
I'm
yeah?
Ferrari all day long, mate. You know this.
You are Ferrari man.
I'm to the left there.
You done a tour just now. You drove somewhere in, what car were you in?
And then 812 Superfast went to Belgium.
812 Superfast. How was that?
That was amazing.
What do you think of this 296?
I've never driven it yet, I'll be honest with you. I might have to check out the driver's seat, but I actually, just sitting in the car, I prefer it to your car, I'm not going to lie to you.
Listen, you've done a lot of mileage in the car with me, so you can
near on 3,000 miles.
Yeah, so you can actually be fair and judge it.
Yeah, but I am biased. I'm always biased to Ferrari. You knew this from day one. I've always told you Ferrari, Ferrari, Ferrari.
And I'm always biased to Lamborghini.
Exactly.
But this is rear-wheel drive.
Yeah,
Lambo's four-wheel drive. Lambo, the doors go up. Granted, there's more comfort and there's more size in this car. I don't think there's as much drama.
I don't really like the sports seats, so that is the one thing.
I like the sports seats. Do you like the comfort
I'm not
seats?
sure. I prefer the comfort seats.
Really?
I don't know.
If you had a choice of the Ferrari, would you go to, obviously I'd want a Roadster or a Spider.
Yeah, Spider obviously.
So would you go 296 Spider or would you go SF90 Spider?
So the value of your car to the SF90, that's a huge chunk of money difference.
But this is my point.
And I don't think it's double the car.
Do you think the Revuelto is worth £560,000?
No. To be honest, I prefer an Aventador.
An SVJ right now is still £480,000, £500,000 for a good one. SVJ Roadster, that is, yeah? Okay, so what was your issue with the Revuelto?
I didn't like the tech on it. I hate like Apple CarPlay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought the whole, see that acceleration there, it feels more like real.
It's not fast though. This is only 800 brake horsepower versus 1,000.
Okay, but
didn't feel that fast, and I'm in race mode.
Not that fast, but it feels more authentic. It feels more car-y. I think all Lamborghinis.
Car-y.
No, I think all Lamborghinis. It feels like the computer drives you. They're too stuck. There's two Volkswagen Audis for me.
The Revuelto, I agree with you, does feel very computer gamey. I agree with you on that, and I don't like the tech on the car. I didn't like the volume. I didn't like, I like the screen, but the fact that you haven't got a volume or you haven't got
the screen, it looks nice, but it didn't have anything that you would normally have. If I remember correctly, yeah, and you were the first person to have a 488
Spider. That's why it was left-hand drive.
What do you think of that as a car, though?
I didn't like it. Didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that when granted it was raced up, so it was novelty, it had the kit. It looked the absolute dog's dangles, but putting my foot down, it was twitching out on me. It was doing this.
I absolutely love that. See,
I
would have the traction control off.
I'm in race mode.
Yeah, race mode is traction control.
Yeah,
really.
I'm in race mode now. Yeah, but when it's dry, it's fine. But I do like the fact of that safety of it being four-wheel drive.
I don't like that safety. I like driving.
You like living on the edge.
Living on the edge, and then just hoping you get to the next destination.
I'm a bit different to you, Andrew.
Oh.
I like the fact of knowing it's four-wheel drive. You can throw, like when we were doing those driving row, you saw I was driving the Lambo. I was driving it like I'd stole it, and because I knew that four-wheel drive, even though I was in Corsa, I still felt like it was sitting on the road, like I said.
The acceleration was good enough.
Really?
What do you mean, really?
But look, when I chopped up the things down, there's no pops and bangs. Granted, the Revuelto hasn't got pops and bangs.
It's the sound. That's what is putting you off this car. It's the sound.
Yeah, but the sound put me off the Revuelto as well, and that's got a better sound than this.
But all these new cars now, they have to pass sound checks. This, that, and the other.
I think it's the emission rather than sound checks, bro.
Emissions and sounds.
Yeah. Listen, I like this. It feels nice. As I said, I was talking about the centre console. It's got plenty more room. You can move your leg round.
It's spacious.
That's what it's a lot more spacious.
You've got wireless charging as well. A proper cup holder. I could get a fat long Starbucks in there. That is brilliant.
So I'm racing my Revuelto against Tommy's SF90 and Tommy's Revuelto, because I always believed he had a slow car. But the SF90 to me is the equivalent to the Revuelto, just 200 grand cheaper, but obviously an older car as such. The 296 is the new car, and it is really, really nice. I don't feel wow in this car special, but then the Revuelto didn't make me feel wow, my god, like the Aventador. I'd get in that Aventador, I'd be like, oh my god, like, oh, I don't know what, like, you'd have to plan your route because it was such a crazy car. The Revuelto, you just get in, I'm just like, meh.
I'm not even driving this car and I prefer it.
But you like Ferrari and I like Lambo.
Yeah, but the way it just went around the corner, the way it just accelerated out the corner and everything else, that is a car.
What are you guys thinking at home? What's your opinion? Can you go from a Revuelto to a 296 Roadster or Spider? Or does it have to be an SF90 Spider?
So cheap.
There's an 812 GTSD, yeah.
I love the 812.
But it looks a bit old.
Do you know what? The only thing with the 812 GTS that you're not going to like, and I'll tell you from now.
Yeah.
That screen there is incredible, what you've got there.
Yeah.
The reversing camera, the Apple CarPlay, everything. The 812, it's got the old-fashioned rev counter in the middle and the two small screens either side. It's got Apple CarPlay and everything, but they are the older Ferrari tech there.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
So, 24 hours with that car behind me. Can't lie. Nice car. I don't think it's a Revuelto car to swap. I am tempted for an SF90. Could I really do it? Could I really leave Lambo, go to Ferrari, or go back to Ferrari? I don't know. But an SF90 is a different beast. And now I'm going to say bye to this. But what's funny is, look, got Lamborghini over there. So I'm here to pick up my Revuelto now. So I'm going to give this car back. I don't know what to do. 296 is nice, but I don't think you can go from a Revuelto to a 296. However, a Revuelto to an SF90 Spider, who knows? Back in the Revuelto, I ain't even gonna lie, it just feels different, it just feels special in here. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Ferrari's nice. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I've just got back in, I just feel myself smiling. I just feel that wow factor back in this car. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It's had a software update as well now. They've sorted out the seats. I had an issue with the seat position. It just feels like my car, I'll be honest. It is my car, but it just feels like my car. I think maybe obviously when I was driving the Ferrari, it wasn't my car. Oh, it feels nice to be back in this. It's got 3,260 miles on the clock now. I don't know another Revuelto that's got more mileage than this one. And I think now that I'm back in it, oh, it feels nice. I didn't have this feeling in the Ferrari. Nah, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? I was thinking all those conversations I had to myself and then with Andrew and Ferrari, and I think Andrew was trying to convince me. I think maybe I needed to drive that Ferrari and then jump back into this. And this was the good thing for me, was that because I drove the Ferrari for 24 hours and I've literally dropped that Ferrari off and jumped straight into this, I actually see the difference straight away rather than having a delay. Yeah, it's nice to be back. Yep, Lambo all day, every day. I apologise. I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking?